Good morning. All right, yesterday we should have completed our PAPE chart for our Lab Girl prologue. That should have been completed in Schoology because when you click on your course page, that is the first thing that showed up on the right-hand side. Yesterday I did ask you to sign up for Turnitin.com because next week you're completing a timed writing. Nowhere yesterday did I say that your PAPE chart needed to be submitted to Turnitin.com. So go back and rewatch that if you need to. But that should have been submitted through Schoology. Again, you should have opened it last Thursday, so there shouldn't have been too many issues as we were working on that in sections. So let's make sure those get submitted as soon as possible, please. And then I had about maybe 6 or 7 per class that did not sign up for Turnitin.com. Therefore, you're going to lose attendance credit for yesterday if I don't have Turnitin.com where you're a student or your actual PAPE chart in Schoology. So please go back and review. I would hate for people to be counted absent for any of those reasons. All right, so today we are going to look at your rhetorical analysis outline, and we're going to use this in our timed writing next week. So we're going to go through this slowly. So as it says on my agenda, we're completing this in sections. Sorry for my typo. So today's focus is going to be our first claim with text evidence. Okay, and then you'll submit your attendance question for today. So let's open up this rhetorical analysis outline. So it will not be submitted until Tuesday. Do not submit it before Tuesday. This will be submitted in Schoology since it is here in Schoology. Only the essay will be submitted at Turnitin.com, and we'll talk about that as we get closer to it next week. So here's what your outline should look like. So you should have already written a sample introduction with a thesis statement. So this is the one that we modeled for you last week. And so you'll notice the color coding key. This should already be done for the most part. You may or may not have done your strategies in red, and that's fine. You'll just fix it now. So right here is where you're going to copy and paste your introductory paragraph from your PAPE chart. You'll need to make sure that it is color-coded for the rhetorical situation, as well as labeling the strategies that should be in your thesis statement. Okay, so right here, you're going to paste it. Then it says to delete these instructions when you're finished. So do not leave this in parentheses right here. Make sure you delete it. Okay, then I gave you this visual again because, again, this is how we're planning our timed rating. Okay, we start with our purpose in mind. We look at our claims, and then within each of our claim statements, we find at least 2 details or pieces of evidence where we can identify the strategy or the choice or the device within those details. Okay, so we're going to go through this process. And at this point, every single section of this has been modeled for you with the natural death text selection. So right here, you have your purpose statement. And again, this should be already completed through your PAPE chart. So all I'm asking is that you type it here, okay? So again, for everything, you'll see our sample, and all you have to do is imitate that for Lab Girl. So we're going to work on just this left column today, and then tomorrow we'll work on our right-hand side. So today, I just want your claim, okay? So for unnatural death, we discussed death is a natural process that need not be feared. If I'm not mistaken, we did discuss that last week in some of your attendance questions or your discussion postings. So you might want to go back and look at that again. So then you'll give me your claim statement for Lab Girl for your first claim statement. Then you're going to find at least 2 pieces of evidence or details from there, and then you're going to specify the strategy within it. So for ours, our first piece of evidence was regarding books about death. Some of them are so packed with detailed information and step-by-step instructions for performing the function that you think that this was a sort of new skill which all of us are now required to learn. This was a personal observation. And then you'll do the same thing here for Lab Girl. So today all I want is your claim number 1. Actually, let's backtrack. You're copying and pasting the things you've already done. You've already done this introduction. You'll paste it here. Make sure it's color-coded. Then you'll label whatever purpose statement you have, okay, which again should come from your PAPE chart. And then we're just going to work on the left-hand side only. Your third piece of evidence is optional, but it's there for you in case you'd like to complete it. Again, we're only completing the claim number 1 side. That is it. Tomorrow we will complete claim number 2. And then Friday we'll talk a little bit about commentary, okay, and how we should be able to write all of that together. So please don't go ahead of me. Please only work on the sections that I'm asking you to work on, so that way we're working on this in pieces. You can use this entire thing on your timed writing essay next week, but keep in mind that you will only have 45 minutes in which to complete that essay. So it's really important that you take this step by step. So again, we are not submitting this outline today. We are not submitting it. When is the due date? Tuesday, October 27th, the day that you will complete and turn in your timed writing essay. Okay, and then your attendance question for today is based on that first column that I asked you to complete. So using the Create tab, you're going to discuss one claim that supports the purpose for LabGirl, then provide at least one detail or piece of evidence from the text that supports the claim and specifies the strategy within the evidence. So again, if you've done what I've asked you to do on this outline, that first column that I discussed, then all you're doing is typing that in this attendance question. If you're doing the attendance question for today, which you should, because that's going to verify whether or not you're considered present, then obviously you can take that information and copy that into your outline. So either way, these two things complement each other, and it's verification that you've completed the task that I've asked. So again, just claim number 1 with at least one detail piece of evidence, and then of course labeling the strategy within it. And then we'll work on claim number 2. If you're not sure what's assigned or what's due or whatever the case may be, click on your week at a glance, folks. That's why it's there. So as I mentioned in your week at a glance, yesterday your PAPE chart was due and you needed to sign up for Turnitin.com. That's it. Okay? Today, we're talking a little bit about the model outline. Then your assessment is here. Then you need to be prepared to discuss the second claim because that's where we're going with it. Okay, then we'll talk a little bit about commentary and how we craft our paragraphs for that essay. Okay, if you have questions, I'm happy to answer them. However, troubleshooting for technology issues is your responsibility. You need to make sure you're authenticating your account every single day. Issues in Schoology are not on my end. Those are on your end. If you're looking for things that are not there, you need to perhaps go back and rewatch videos for those days. Or maybe send me a message through Schoology. But again, help yourselves, folks. You guys got this. I know I may not be on live Zooms, but everything you have is there to help you. Okay? So we will see you back online tomorrow. Remember, we're only focusing on that first left-hand column in the outline and then responding to that in our attendance question for today. All right, take care. Happy Wednesday, and we'll see you soon.